Have you ever noticed how almost every YouTuber these days tells you, just start your channel. Anyone can do it. You watch a few success stories, maybe even your favorite creators sharing their earnings, and you start thinking, you know what, I can do this too. So you spend hours watching tutorials, how to find video ideas, how to edit, how to design catchy thumbnails, how to write descriptions. Then you finally upload your very first video, and wait, an hour passes, a day passes, maybe a week, and then bam, 0 views. Or maybe 20, 50, or 100 views if you're lucky. That's the exact moment when most people give up. They start to believe that YouTube isn't for them. They think maybe this platform only works for lucky people, or for those who already have followers. But here's the truth, YouTube doesn't reward luck, it rewards understanding. It rewards the creators who take time to learn how the platform actually works before they hit upload. Most people don't fail because their content is bad. They fail because they upload wrong. Their videos never even reach real viewers, so they assume the platform is broken or unfair. But YouTube isn't broken, it's just smart, incredibly smart. In this video, I'm not going to tell you how to get millions of views overnight or how to make money in your first week. Instead, I'll show you how to start correctly, so your videos actually reach people without getting stuck in 0 view jail, shadow banned, or lost in the algorithm's basement. If your channel is set up the right way, YouTube will treat you like a real creator from day one. And once that foundation is solid, getting more views and growth becomes a matter of improving your ideas, storytelling, and editing, not fighting invisible algorithm problems. Now, before we go deeper, you might be wondering, why should I trust you? What makes you different from all those YouTube gurus? That's a fair question. This is actually my second video on this channel, and my first upload reached over 50k views. That's not luck, that's the result of understanding how to launch a channel properly. So if you're serious about building your YouTube presence the right way, I want you to watch this video all the way through, not just the first few minutes, because missing even one part could cost you months or even years of trial and error. In this step-by-step guide, you'll learn why some new channels instantly get traction while others are invisible, how to warm up your channel so YouTube's algorithm trusts you, how to choose the right kind of first content that sets your channel up for success, the exact settings you should adjust and which ones to ignore, and how to create powerful metadata, titles, descriptions, tags, and thumbnails that tell YouTube exactly who your video is for. By the end of this guide, you'll know how to upload any long video correctly, confidently, and without errors, even if you've never done it before. And trust me, if you follow these steps, your first video won't be your last. Also, if you're struggling with YouTube Shorts, I've made another video explaining how to escape the 0, 15k, and 30k view jails. It's helped thousands of creators already, so be sure to check that out after this one. Alright, let's get into the real stuff. To escape 0 views or shadow bans, you need to fix 4 key areas. 4. Warming up. How to make YouTube recognize your channel as real. 3. Content. What kind of video to post first and why it matters. 2. Settings. The technical side most beginners get wrong. 1. Metadata. The secret language between your video and the algorithm. We'll start with number 4. Warming up, because that's where everything begins. If YouTube doesn't trust your channel, no matter how amazing your content is, it will never be shown to real people. So let's warm up your channel the right way. Let's be honest, there's nothing more discouraging than uploading your first YouTube video and seeing 0 views for days. You refresh your analytics, hoping for a miracle, but nothing changes. It feels like shouting into a void. But here's the thing most creators don't realize. YouTube doesn't hate you, it just doesn't know you exist yet. When you create a new channel, you're entering one of the most advanced recommendation systems in the world. YouTube's algorithm has to protect itself from bots, spam uploads, and fake engagement every single day. That means if your channel shows up out of nowhere with no history, no activity, and no signs of being human, the system automatically puts you on probation, what many people call a shadow ban. Think of it like walking into a massive city for the first time. Nobody knows who you are, where you're from, or what you do, so nobody pays attention. You have to interact, talk, and show that you're real before people start noticing you. YouTube works exactly the same way. Even if your Google account is several years old, that doesn't mean your channel is trusted. I've personally tested buying aged channels before, some with years of upload history, and they still performed like brand new accounts. Why? Because they were missing something crucial, a warm-up period. So what does warming up your channel mean? It's about behaving like a real viewer before acting like a creator. You're teaching the algorithm that you're a genuine person, not a bot or spammer. Here's exactly what to do for the first 4 to 7 days after creating your channel. Before you upload anything, watch videos in your niche and a few outside it. Don't just click random clips, actually watch them for a few minutes. YouTube tracks watch time, not just clicks. Like and comment on a few videos. Write genuine relevant comments, not nice video or great work, but something that adds a bit of thought. For example, I really liked how you explained the thumbnail part. I've been trying that recently too. That kind of engagement shows the algorithm real user behavior. Subscribe to channels you genuinely enjoy or want to learn from. Even subscribing to 5 to 10 channels helps signal that you're an authentic user. Do this consistently for at least 1 week and avoid overdoing it. Don't try to simulate hundreds of actions. YouTube can detect unnatural patterns. Your goal isn't to trick the system, but to show steady human activity. Think of this phase as building a small reputation inside the YouTube ecosystem. After 4 to 7 days, your account will start getting indexed in the algorithm's database as a legitimate participant. Once that happens, your uploads are far more likely to appear in recommendations, search results, or at least get some organic impressions. Now, while you're doing this warm-up, it's also the perfect time to customize your channel. A blank profile looks suspicious, both to the algorithm and to real viewers. Here's what to set up, but don't overcomplicate it. Go to YouTube Studio, scroll down, and click Customization. You'll see 3 sections: Layout, Branding, and Basic Info. In the Branding section, you'll find options for your profile picture and banner image. Many beginners waste hours designing these from scratch. You don't need to. For now, keep it clean and simple. If you want something quick but professional, professional. Just use AI tools like ChatGPT or Gemini. Ask something like, I'm starting a new YouTube channel about your niche. Can you create a perfect profile picture and banner? Next, add a channel description. This part might look optional, but it's actually powerful. Your description helps both YouTube and viewers understand your niche. You can use ChatGPT for this too. Simply say, write me a short but detailed YouTube channel description for a new channel about your topic. That's it. Finally, click publish to save everything. Don't worry about perfection. You can always update your visuals later when your brand grows. The goal right now is to make your channel look alive and active. By the end of this phase, your channel will have a verified human activity history, a real description and identity, a few days of organic interaction, and a foundation that YouTube trusts. Once you complete this warm-up, you'll notice something interesting. When you start uploading, your videos will begin receiving impressions immediately, even if the views are small at first. That's the algorithm saying, alright, this is a real creator, let's see what they've got. Most people skip this step, and that's why their first upload dies instantly. But not you, because now your channel has a pulse, so you've earned YouTube's trust. Next, let's talk about the part everyone gets wrong, the content itself. Alright, your channel is warmed up. YouTube now recognizes you as a real human being, not some random bot that appeared overnight. So the next big question is, what kind of content should you upload first? This is where most new creators go wrong. They pour all their energy into making something viral, where they copy big creators without understanding what makes those videos work. Then when it flops, they feel like YouTube is broken or biased. But the truth is, they're simply starting with the wrong kind of content. When you're new, your first video shouldn't be focused on going viral. It should be focused on getting discovered. And to get discovered, your first video needs to be searchable, something people are actively looking for right now. Let me explain why. YouTube traffic mainly comes from 4 places: search results, people typing in specific topics, suggested videos, browse features the home feed, and external sources, social media, embeds, etc. For a new channel, the algorithm doesn't yet know who to recommend your content to, meaning suggested and browse traffic are limited. That's why your first opportunity to grow comes from YouTube search. If your first video answers a question or solves a problem people are searching for, you'll start getting small but steady views from day one. For example, when I uploaded my first video on this channel, 83% of my viewers came from YouTube's browse features, but the foundation for that success started with making the video searchable. Even though only about 5% of my early traffic came from search, that was enough to tell YouTube what my channel was about, and the algorithm started pushing it to the right audience. So what does that mean for you? Your first video should ideally answer one of these: a how-to question, example, how to start a faceless YouTube channel in 2025, a problem-solving topic, example, how to fix YouTube upload errors, or an educational explainer, example, why your YouTube videos get 0 views. These kinds of videos are easy for YouTube to categorize and recommend to people looking for answers, especially if you're brand new. Now I can already hear some of you thinking, but my niche isn't searchable. Nobody's looking for my kind of content. That's where you need to think strategically. Even if your niche is entertainment, storytelling, or commentary, you can still design a searchable hook for your first few uploads. For instance, if you're doing reaction videos, your first one could be reacting to the most viral TikToks of 2025. That's searchable because people type those exact words. If you're doing tech reviews, best budget microphones for YouTube in 2025. If you're doing self-improvement or motivation, 3 habits that destroy productivity and how to fix them. The idea is simple. Your first few videos should make YouTube's job easy. You're giving the algorithm clear signals. This channel talks about this topic. Once it understands that, your future videos will have a much better chance of being promoted. Now let's address another huge mistake beginners make: trying to chase perfection. Many new creators delay uploading their first video for weeks, even months, because they think it has to be flawless. They keep editing, tweaking, and overanalyzing. But here's the reality: your first video doesn't need to be perfect. It just needs to be published. YouTube isn't like television. It's an evolving process. The more you upload, the more data YouTube collects about what your audience responds to. You'll get better thumbnails, better pacing, better retention, but only if you actually post something first. Here's another pro tip: make your first video a complete idea, not a random experiment. Even if it's short, make sure it has a clear beginning, middle, and end. Tell a story or guide viewers from problem to solution. And don't forget one key factor: watch time. It's better to have 100 people watch your entire 3-minute video than 10,000 people click and leave after 15 seconds. So focus on clarity, pacing, and flow. Hook your viewer in the first 10 seconds. Lastly, remember that your first few uploads aren't meant to make you famous. They're meant to teach YouTube who you are. Every video you post is a signal: who's watching, where they're from, how long they stay, what they click next. The algorithm uses all of that to decide who your ideal audience is. So don't stress about big numbers yet. Focus on being discoverable, helpful, and consistent. Once your channel builds a small base of data and trust, your future videos, even the fun or creative ones, will start reaching people automatically. You've now learned how to warm up your channel and how to choose your first video smartly. But before you upload it, you need to make sure your channel settings are fully optimized. This step may sound technical, but skipping it can cause serious upload errors, monetization issues, or even visibility problems. So in the next section, we'll We'll walk through the exact YouTube settings you must configure before uploading your video, step by step. Okay, your channel is alive, warmed up, and you've chosen your first searchable video idea. Now we move to something that might not sound exciting, but it's crucial if you want to avoid problems later: your YouTube channel settings. A lot of new creators mess this part up because they either ignore it completely or follow outdated advice from years ago. But don't worry, once you set this up properly, you'll never have to touch it again. Let's go step by step. Click your profile icon on the top right corner of YouTube, then select YouTube Studio. On the left-hand side, scroll all the way down and click Settings. Here you'll see a list of sections: General, Channel, Upload Defaults, Permissions, and a few others. The most important sections for beginners are Channel and Feature Eligibility. Under the Channel tab, click Basic Info. This is where YouTube learns what your channel is about and where it's based. The first thing you'll see is Country of Residence. Now some people overthink this. They believe YouTube pushes videos only within your country. That's not true. The algorithm promotes videos based on interest, not location. For example, if you make videos about American culture or English tutorials, it doesn't matter whether you live in Germany, India, or Africa. YouTube will still show your content to viewers who are interested in that topic, mostly Americans in this case. So just choose your actual country or the country you're targeting. Don't stress about it. Next comes something many creators misunderstand: keywords. You might have heard some YouTube gurus say keywords don't matter anymore. That's partly true, but not the full story. Keywords might not directly rank your videos like they used to, especially for shorts, but for long-form videos, they still help YouTube's system understand your niche. Think of keywords as your channel's language. You're teaching YouTube what kind of viewers to send your content to. Here's how to do it smartly. Identify 2 or 3 competitor channels in your niche. Look for channels around your level. Install a browser extension vidIQ. There's a free version linked in the description. Once you visit your competitors' videos, vidIQ will show you the keywords and tags they use. Copy the most relevant ones. Not everything, just the words that actually describe your type of content. Then go to ChatGPT and say, "I'm starting a new YouTube channel about your niche. Here are some keywords from my competitors." Paste them. Please analyze and give me the top 10-15 SEO-based keywords for my new channel. This method gives you a clean, focused list of keywords tailored specifically to your niche. Avoid keyword stuffing. Don't add random buzzwords like Mr. Beast, viral, or how to make money unless they genuinely relate to your content. That just confuses the algorithm. The goal isn't to trick YouTube, it's to communicate clearly what your channel is about. You'll see another tab called Advanced Settings. This section mostly deals with your audience preferences, like whether your channel is made for kids, whether you want to display subscriber counts, and some accessibility options. You can safely skip most of it for now. Feature eligibility. This is one of the most critical settings for every new channel. You'll see 3 levels of features: standard features, intermediate features like custom thumbnails, live streaming, and uploading longer videos, advanced features like monetization, appeals, or external linking. When you first create your channel, only the standard features are active. To unlock the second level, all you need to do is verify your phone number. Yes, that's it. Just a simple phone number verification. It doesn't have to be a US number or anything fancy. YouTube just needs confirmation that you're a real person. The advanced features may require ID verification or a short waiting period depending on your region. If you live in the US or Europe, YouTube might ask for a photo ID or facial verification. But don't worry, this isn't mandatory right away. Once your channel builds a bit of history, YouTube often activates these automatically. You can skip most of the other sections, like permissions or upload defaults for now. They're optional and don't affect your reach or visibility. And that's it. Your channel is now technically ready for consistent uploads. No restrictions, no hidden roadblocks. Most creators never even look at these settings and then blame the algorithm when their uploads don't perform. But not you. You've now built a solid technical foundation for your channel to grow. Next comes the most powerful and misunderstood part of YouTube: metadata, your video's identity. Now that your channel is technically complete and verified, let's move to the part that determines whether your video gets buried or seen by thousands: metadata. Metadata simply means the information you give YouTube about your video: your title, description, tags, file name, and thumbnail. Together, these tell YouTube's system what your video is about and who should see it. Think of YouTube as a massive library with billions of books. If you hand over a book with no title, no summary, and no cover image, no one, not even the librarian, can find it. That's what most beginners do when they upload their first video. They hit publish, hoping the algorithm will magically understand it. But the algorithm isn't magic. It's a reader that relies on context, and your metadata is that context. So let's break it down piece by piece. Step 1. Rename your video file before uploading. This is the most overlooked but powerful micro step in SEO. Before uploading, rename your video file to something that actually matches your title. For example, if your video is titled "How to Upload Long YouTube Videos Correctly," then rename your file to something like "How to Upload Long YouTube Video." Why? Because YouTube reads that file name during processing. It's one of the earliest signals it receives about what your video might be about. It's small, invisible to viewers, but helps YouTube classify your content faster. A file name like this tells YouTube nothing, but "How to Upload Long YouTube Video.mp4" gives it instant clarity. This one trick alone can help your first few videos index faster and show up in related searches sooner. Step 2. Writing a title that talks to both humans and algorithms. Your title does 2 jobs. 1. It tells YouTube what your video is about. 2. It convinces humans to click. If you only write for humans, YouTube won't know where to place you. If you only write for the algorithm, humans will scroll past your video. You need both. Here's how to structure the perfect title formula. Keyword, curiosity, or benefit. For example, upload long videos without losing quality. The correct way to upload long YouTube videos. Avoid titles like YouTube upload trick or this changed everything for me. They may look catchy, but unless you already have a fan base, YouTube won't know what those mean. You're not competing for mystery, you're competing for search relevance. And when you're new, search traffic is your best friend. It's consistent, reliable, and algorithm friendly. Once your videos start ranking, then you can experiment with creative or emotional titles. Step 3. Writing the description. Talk like a teacher, not a marketer. Your description is where you expand on your title. This is the text YouTube system scans word by word to confirm your video topic. Start the description with your main keyword phrase within the first sentence. Then, in the next few sentences, briefly summarize what's inside your video in natural, human language, but keep it organized. YouTube reads the first 2 lines most heavily for SEO, so front-load your keywords there. Step 4. Tags. They still matter, just less than before. You've probably heard people say, tags don't matter anymore. That's not 100% true. Tags are no longer a major ranking factor, but they still serve as context markers. Think of them like hashtags, small clues that reinforce what your video is about. Use your main keyword as your first tag, then include 5-10 supporting ones. Avoid putting dozens of random tags. YouTube doesn't reward quantity, it rewards clarity. Step 5. Thumbnail. The visual metadata. Now comes the final, often underestimated part, your thumbnail. YouTube's AI doesn't just read text, it analyzes visuals too. Your thumbnail sends powerful metadata signals, like the colors, facial expressions, and even the presence of text. Here's what to remember. Always test it in mobile view. Before uploading, most viewers are on phones. Tags, titles, and thumbnails must tell the same story. When YouTube sees that your metadata all points in the same direction, it confidently categorizes your content, and that's when your video starts appearing in search and suggested sections. Do this for your first few uploads, and you'll already be miles ahead of most new creators who skip these steps entirely. The mindset that separates winners. Here's the truth. Most creators who quit after one video never failed because of the algorithm. They quit because they didn't understand the system they were trying to work with. But now, you do. You've learned the real fundamentals, how to warm up your channel safely, how to configure your settings properly, how to build clear metadata that speaks YouTube's language, how to upload with confidence. You don't need to be a YouTube genius, a marketing expert, or a filmmaker. You just need to respect the process and stay consistent. Every YouTube experts you see started from 0 views. What separated them from everyone else wasn't luck, it was understanding how the platform actually works. So if you've reached this far, congratulations. You now have what 90% of beginners don't, a structured professional start. Your first upload might not go viral, and that's okay. The goal of your first video is to teach the algorithm who you are. Once YouTube knows what kind of creator you are, it will begin to send your content to the right audience, and that's when growth starts happening. Remember, your first video isn't about perfection, it's about positioning. So take a deep breath, open YouTube Studio, follow these steps carefully, and hit upload, because from this moment, you're not just another user, you're a creator, and this is the beginning of your journey.